Hi everybody, my name is Michael Hoskins. I'm the CTO of Pervasive Software, and today I'm going to talk to you for a couple of minutes about a product solution that we make in our integration division. And that solution is called iHub. That's our shorthand. It stands for Integration Hub. So we've been in business for 25 years doing data integration products, so we understand a lot about the different patterns of data integration. We have thousands and thousands of customers. Some people do conversions and migrations, ETL processes, application integration, B2B. One of the patterns that we've seen over and over is a pattern that we now call Integration Hub. And you might see yourselves in this pattern. It's where there tends to be a large central hub company. They could be a large manufacturing company. They could be a business service provider, an outsourced service provider. They could be a SaaS type ISV. The bottom line is they all look like this. They have a fairly large data center with some very important back-end applications. This could be for marketing automation, could be for analytics, could be for insurance claims processing, could be for payroll processing, could be for anything really. And they want to sell that software, typically rent the software as a service to their customers. And so winning for these companies in the middle that live off these fantastic applications, winning for them is being able to win new customers. In the business, we call that onboarding or on-ramping new customers. And let me shift here into the word data feed, because some people have data they're pulling from suppliers, some from trading partners, some from customers. Regardless, they all, from the point of view of an integration vendor, look the same. There's a very large, very data-intensive hub process that has very important back-end applications, and it lives off data feeds coming from n number of endpoints. And this can be tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands of endpoints. We woke up the other day, I say the other day, probably 3 or 4 years ago, and realized that we have solved this problem over and over and over again for literally dozens of customers, some of the biggest and most famous companies in the world. And so we decided to learn from that experience, to collect all of the best practices and wisdom that we found in our various implementations and offer that as a standard product solution. So the tools, the Pervasive Data Integrator, the templates and all the processes and maps, and then ready-made best practices and services that could step right into the breach and quickly get you up and running with an integration hub. And so the idea is that there are people out there who are doing this anyway. They're not waiting for us to exist, but they might be doing it with an entire team of data conversion programmers trying to wrestle with the myriad different file formats that are arriving at the edge of their enterprise. And so if they could have a coherent, visually driven with graphical designer stack that understands this problem completely, just comes in and it has internal metadata dictionaries and database-driven UI so that the trading partners can be quickly defined and on-ramped and changed every time they change. And of course, change is the bane of all integration solutions. And we literally have customers who have thousands and thousands of endpoints that are being in fully automated mode on-ramped into their data hub using our integration hub infrastructure. And that's a huge time savings for them. We have example cases where prior methods used to take weeks or months to onboard a new customer, and they're now onboarding a new customer or supplier or whatever data feed in the matter of days, sometimes hours, sometimes even minutes, because they've gotten so good at that. And needless to say, the productivity leap for people adopting the integration hub can be enormous. Let me just leave you with one particular idea, because one of the newest innovations here at Pervasive is something we call agent technology. And we're about to look at tying together agent technology to the integration hub. Imagine you're one of these hub players. It would be wonderful to have the entire integration infrastructure, just you buy it, you snap it, and it runs. But you're still dependent on data feeds coming, sometimes very dirty data feeds coming very reluctantly from these endpoints. What if you could reach through the edge of your enterprise out into those other partners of yours and help them onboard that data even more quickly to you? What if you could deliver a little embedded integration engine that could reach into their back-end systems, regardless of systems, because we have, after all, hundreds and hundreds of connectivity components, and literally pull the data out and format it and cleanse it and push it against a template so only clean data can be then pushed up to the integration hub that's the big catcher and receiver of those data feeds in your central data processing hub. So that's what's available today, and a little bit of a peek into the vision of what's coming down the road with our integration hub.